Come on in here, folks. Come on in here, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all doing tonight? You know what time it is. What time is it, Doc?
It's in the building time.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Come on in, ladies and gentlemen. We are happy to have you with us tonight with another episode of Hoka Hey Talk.
Hey Talk.
Hoka Hey. We are ready to get it in. Oh, man, they're already lined up already. And listen, folks, we got our members. We got our channel members in bright green. They just dropped the new app so I can go direct with them and ask them questions, and they will be able to see it in real time. So, man, we are advancing. We are getting it hot up in here tonight. Doc Remy.
Yeah, I saw that just now. That's why I'm sitting here sharing. I've never been able to share it while you was doing it live. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, man, yeah. They trying to get us right. Producer, man.
He getting paid a couple dollars, ain't he, or something?
I know, right? He's shaking something around now.
Hey, Bolo, welcome.
Welcome, Bolo. How you doing? Scuba Steve in the house, 1245. If any Hoka Hayers out there, past and present and future, go ahead and drop those numbers in the comments so we can take those numbers down. If you're going to run it this year, we're going to be following you guys, man. We're going to be highlighting. We're going to be reaching out to you, having something special for you, man. We're going to be tracking you on the big board. Can't wait till the big board go up.
Nice.
Come on in, ladies and gentlemen. Come on in. Dustin, how you doing? Welcome.
All right, Dustin.
Indeed. D Bell in the house. Good evening, everybody.
Hey, Mr. Bell.
I know, right? I know. Come on in here. Harley Juni. I think I know her. I think I know Harley Juni. Hey, boy, you gonna remember that name. You gonna remember Junie name, boy. I don't care what abbreviation you put in front of it, but when you get that phone call, you better be ready to start talking. What's going on, Bald Head Nasty?
Hey, Bald Head Nasty. He said, good evening, everyone. Bolo, how you holding up? D Bell and Scuba. Hello. Hey, Harley.
Hey, man, I heard you back in the books there, Bald Head, cracking the books back open, man. Good stuff. Reach out to me, talk to me, let me know what's going on, man. Oh, indeed. Come on in, folks. Come on in. Creative Views in the house. You know what time it is, man. We got DJ FX, man. Our audio guy, always dropping us some hot tracks, always dropping us some graphics. Want to thank you. Make sure you go check him out, man. He's definitely getting it in, getting some good products out there. Creative Views, Z25. Look him up, folks. Come on in, everybody. Welcome, everybody. Once again, this is our 4th episode of Hoka Hey Talk, where we're talking all things Hoka Hey. And we got a gentleman on tonight, and he said, Solo, the first time I did the Hoka Hey, they didn't have group chats. They weren't sharing information like that. Man, y'all getting it from the spoon. They getting it from the spoon, Doc. They getting it from the spoon. What's that dance they doing now? Oh, man. Oh.
Welcome,
geez.
Adam.
Good evening. Indeed. What's going on, Big Mike?
Good evening.
1328. Good evening, everyone. Ready for another great show. Indeed. You guys are what make this a great show. In the comments, hey, listen, folks, I want you to be a part of this show. Doc Raymond out here, yeah, we're queuing it up. We're asking a question, but we want you to be a part of this show. That's what we want, because you are what make the show. Indeed. Mark, how you doing? Good evening, Dr. Solo. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Welcome. 924 is in the building. I'm writing the numbers down all night.
We writing the numbers down, folks. I'm telling you, when the big board go up, 1247, that's when the big board go up. We're going to be reaching out. We're going to be following you guys. I just seen something come across the line. I think Mild Monsters got like 54 riders participating this year.
Wow.
54 riders.
Nice.
That's a lot of riders, man. It's going to be representing for Mild Monster. That's one monster done turning into 54 out there, boy. Googly muggly. Did I say that right?
1328.
1328.
D-Bell said he don't have no sound. You can't hear us, D-Bell?
Can everybody hear us out there? Give us a thumbs up. Can y'all hear us? Man.
I can hear you. MacGyver.
Man,
Yeah, talking.
somebody give us a thumbs up if you can hear us. If you can't hear us on Facebook, if you can't hear us on YouTube, hit us up. Let us know. We'll reboot this thing. We'll kick it going again. But we're gonna get ready to kick it off. Let us know, folks. Let us know.
Now they say they can hear. Thorough said he can hear. Dustin Lori said he can hear. They on Facebook.
Okay. What about YouTube? YouTube, can you hear us? Ballhead Nasty, can you hear us?
He said Scooby gonna be rich.
Hey, man, we got a new member in the house.
Hey,
Creative Views just
nice.
became a member of the channel. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that, man, without a doubt. Well, listen, folks, we're going to go ahead and kick this thing off. Get ready to fire the platform up. We just want to thank everybody for joining us. Like I say, this is our fourth week of Hoka Hey Talk. So we're going to go ahead and kick this thing up. Come on in, ladies and gentlemen. Come on in. We got thumbs up across the board. So, man, we got FHO in the house, loud and clear. Thank you.
Hey, Big
Big
Sale
Sale.
in the building.
Big Sale.
What's up, y'all? Welcome, welcome.
Welcome, man. Welcome.
Miss
Hey, what's
MJ.
going on, MJ? MJ, you are scheduled for February the 17th, baby. Your episode is February the 17th. Get ready. We're going to talk about, man, we're going to talk about those Tuskegee Airmen. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Scuba Steve. All right, Big Pun. Thank you for joining us. Well, listen, folks, we got to kick this thing going. We got a gentleman that's out there in Arizona, and he ready to share his stories, adventures, and journeys. I'm telling you, folks. He's ridden this thing 4 times. 4 times. And he would have been 5 times if COVID hadn't snuck in on us. He was ready to go. But hey, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and bring our special guest in tonight, no other than Jimmy Miles, riding them a triple nickel in the house. Come on in here. Come on in here, sir. How you doing? He's standing back there. I love it. He's standing back there like, I can't hear you guys. Jimmy, can you hear us?
Hey, welcome. Welcome, Jimmy.
Thank you, Doc. How are you today?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you for joining us for Hoka Hey Talk.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Yes. So I hear you have written this thing 4 times, and it would have been 5 times. Tell us why it wasn't a 5th time.
2020 COVID.
Oh, that's right. 2020 COVID.
Yeah.
COVID. It shut down. Everything shut down. That's right.
Yeah,
I wasn't fast enough on my feet.
And you're out of Canada, right?
Realized at the last minute I could have shipped my bike down and flew myself. But stayed home and kept on working, made some money.
Okay, good deal. And you're based out of Canada, correct, sir? Can you not hear me? You're out of Canada?
I can't hear KSolo.
Can't hear me? Okay, Doc, go ahead and pick up, Doc, and then I'm gonna log out and log back in.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you can hear me right though.
I can, Doc.
Okay, cool. Number 1304, I got you. I wrote you down. Welcome to the show. So yeah, COVID shut you down, and then so your first, and you're from Canada, so that's what KSolo was saying.
Yeah, you betcha. Prince Albert, Canada. Saskatchewan is the province that I'm from. Yeah, originally born in Manitoba, Winnipeg. Of course, that's a little bit more popular. I think most of you or your listeners might know where Winnipeg is, of course, and I grew up there and followed the work west.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, I was up in the oil patch, Fort McMurray for a long time. Worked the surrounding refineries and powerhouses. Also, southern Saskatchewan, British Columbia.
Okay.
So toured around.
What got you in? Oh, can you still not hear me, Jimmy? Can you hear me?
No, I gotcha.
Okay. Good deal, man. Awesome. I tell you, folks, there's always something going on when you're going live. Because when we did our pre-production, we did the pre-program and everything was up and good. Everything was looking good, sounding good. As soon as we go live, man, the little gremlins start coming out. Hey, you just remember this: when you out there getting ready to ride, everything is to be on your bike is gonna be perfect, tied down, strapped down, ready to go. As soon as they
Are
say
you
go,
kidding? That's not going to happen. Nothing's going to be perfect.
as soon as you cross that star line, shit gonna start falling all off. Everything gonna come start falling apart. Trust me when I tell you, man. But hey, listen, Doc, you know how I always let you open up with the first question. But wait, we're not gonna go right straight to the questions just yet. Um, if you would, sir, if you would, your original number was 848, correct?
That is correct. When I did my interview with Junie Rose, we talked about all the various things that she chats with all the new riders. And then Beth gave me a call, and I had asked her if anybody was using the number 555. And she said she would look into it. So I rode that year, and then the second year came, and the same question popped up, and it took the third year, and she looked into it, and I ended up getting 555. And the reason is because my father, my grandfather, and my nephew, myself, were Boilermakers out of the local 555, which is in Winnipeg and Regina, Saskatchewan. You might say Regina, and Winnipeg, Manitoba. So it's kind of a family thing there. My grandfather worked in the rail yards, and my father and myself, we traveled throughout Western Canada doing our work, and now my nephew's in. So we got a little bit of a dynasty going on.
Nice.
Okay.
So yeah, I've got 555 on a lot of my clothing and my arm tattooed here, just because of the nepotism that, for me, it lasted almost 48, 49 years. So yeah,
Right.
it means something. So I was real proud to get that number.
Okay. I want to just go
Yeah,
ahead and put that out there up front so everybody kind of know, because some people may say, well, I seen 848 and then you see triple nickel. I just want to just put that out there. But listen, Doc, I'm gonna let
triple
you
nickel. Where'd you get
triple
that
nickel.
from? Triple nickel.
Triple nickel, man. That's one of the
Yeah,
best 15 rides of the SCMA right
yeah,
there,
yeah,
triple
yeah.
nickel. But
That's, yeah.
listen, Doc, I'm gonna let
They've been calling us that for a number of years. Yeah, triple nickel.
triple
It's a
nickel,
good
man.
one.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's a good
Go
one.
ahead,
That's a good
Kay.
one. But Doc, I'm gonna let you go ahead and start with first round of questions tonight, as always, because I'm such a gentleman.
I
The floor is
appreciate
yours.
it. Yes, in 2016, you did your first Hoka Hey.
That
And
is correct. Yes.
what rides had you done before that influenced you in your resume in order to apply for the Hoka Hey? Who brought you in and said, "Hey, you can do this, man. Your resume is good enough. You've ridden these types of rides." Can you elaborate on that?
You betcha. A friend of mine from Saskatchewan, Trevor Borschmeyer, he talked about doing the Hoka Hey. I believe it started in 2012 when he started talking about it. And I didn't know anything about it. So I was doing my traveling and whatnot, and we talked about it for a little bit. And he said there was a grand prize. So, okay, fine. And I was riding around the United States, and then I ended up back in Canada on the East Coast. And I was on a ferry over to Newfoundland, and I ran into Jim Harold. Of course, I didn't know it was Jim Harold at the time. Um, I saw the Hoka Hey patch on the ferry. So I looked at it and looked at it, mustered up some courage, and went over and talked to Jim, introduced myself, of course. And I told him that I was interested in riding the Hoka Hey. And he said, "Can you sleep by your bike?" I said, "I think I can." Then he said, "Do you think you can ride 1,000 miles a day?" And I went, I don't know if I can ride 1,000 miles a day, but I come pretty close. So he said, "Well, then get on the internet and put in an application and see where it goes. You'll have to do an interview." So the following year, actually, I believe I put my application in 2015. It wasn't such a big rush. Um, back in 2016, right? So everything was just basically getting going. So when I put my application in the fall, I ended up getting a call from Junie Rose.
Okay. Nice, nice,
Yeah.
nice, nice. So
Uh,
that's what caught your attention to ride in the Hoka Hey, um, because you seen the patch and it inspired you to want to just dig in a little bit more. Was it a challenge? Did you say it was going to be a challenge for you in the beginning?
well, you know what? I didn't know what to expect, KSolo. I really didn't. Um, you have to understand, back in 2016, I don't even know when the groups for Hoka Hey started to appear on Facebook, and I wasn't much of a Facebook user back then either. So it was blind for me, and yeah, I was really nervous, really nervous. I ended up riding. I gave myself 3 days to get down to Paula. It was at the casino, Paula in California, just north of San Diego. Anyways, I gave myself a couple days to get down there, but I ended up riding 24 hours a day. And I got there, and then I had lots of time to mull around. And of course, I didn't know anybody, so it was I was very nervous, very nervous. I
Yeah.
didn't have a clue what I was going to get into. I really didn't.
Okay. Okay.
KSolo, were you nervous the first time that you went out for the Hoka Hey? What was your experience like? Really, did you have the bubble guts, man? Were you sitting around twinkling your toes?
I was scared shitless, doc. I ain't gonna take it that wrong. I was like, I may not make it back, man. I was like, suppose I die out here doing this, man. This is how I'm gonna go out, you know. I kid you not, I was scared shitless. I mean, that's the truth. I mean, the only thing that really just made me feel at ease because I knew some of the guys that I was riding with. Of course, I was with Sharif. And I'm like, I'm with my brother. So no matter what happens, I'm with my brother. I'm gonna be good. You know, that's when we had Bill McGowan. That's when we had Todd Moreland and all that. Uh, on there. And then I met Big John Levins. Of course, Kenneth Andrews had set me down and talked to me. But, I was scared because I didn't know, the whole the lineup itself, when you got all these 100 some bikes. And then you get in line, and then they go through and they do the sage and the speech that they give, and they just pumps you up to get ready. And then as they sound the I don't know if it's a horn or whatever, trumpet or whatever it is, when they sound it, it's like that's the flag, that's the go, man. And the adrenaline's pumping, and you got bikes all beside you, and you got like boogity boogity boogity. It's like NASCAR. So I was scared, and then I didn't know if I could do it. And then sleeping next to the bike. So, and that I had, and then for my train up, I rode the SCMA True X, which was 10,000 miles in 10 days. I did it in 10 days. That was my practice. I said, I know I can ride 1,000 miles a day for 10 days, pushing it hard, but those was interstate routes. I mean, highways. Wasn't back roads.
Do you mind if I
tell
ask you,
everybody.
KSolo, what year did you
Yeah.
do that?
20.
In 20? No, during COVID.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so, I was scared, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit there and say I was big, bad, and tough. I was scared. It was truth.
Yeah. So yeah, it's nice to really hear the guys say that, yeah, I'm nervous, I'm scared, I was scared about it. How do you all plan? Like, so, and I'm taking you guys back to your first Hoka Hey. So keep that in mind when I'm asking this question, right? How did you plan to handle your mishaps? Like you plan and do all of this planning and ready to go. And KSolo, you say I was riding with my brother Reef, and Jimmy, you say, you got the call and then you was ready to go. You done your planning, you done your homework, you got your bike ready the best of its ability. Now we got flat tires, or you take a wrong turn and you're gonna lay the bike down, or anything, a deer or a doe or a elk or whatever, all these types of animals. How
Doc,
you
you got
know?
to understand here. In 2016, the Hoka Hey had only ran for 4 years prior to that. They went 2010, 11, 12, and 13 and 14. And they, like I say, there wasn't preparation. All you had to prepare for was to be able to ride for hours and hours, right? It wasn't, the questions weren't there, like how are you going to read your instructions? How are you prepared to sleep? I didn't know any of that. All I thought was, okay, I'm going to ride and I'm going to ride. And then all of a sudden I thought of rain. Well, it can rain for half the Hoka Hey or for the whole Hoka Hey. You just don't know. So you have to be prepared to get out of that rain, or it's just going to be horribly miserable for you. Horribly miserable. So a little two-man pup tent. Some people still sleep on the ground, some riders. They cover up with a tarp and that's it. Yeah. But again, the questions back in 2016 were, how do you know you have the ability? We want to know that you can tell us that you have the ability to ride 1,000 miles a day, in all kinds of weather. It wasn't a very long conversation, and you had to have some miles under your belt. Not too. It wasn't too easy to. Well, for me anyway, it wasn't too easy to pull the wool over Junie's eyes. So I could see that right away. I wasn't going to try it. Yeah. Lucky for me, I had taken some trips down the West Coast and into the Rocky Mountains, down to San Diego, down the Baja, like yourself, KSolo. So, and then when I was working in the oil patch, I would have time to, on my days off, I kept a bike down in the United States. So I would fly down and go for a ride for 5 days because I had to be back to work, right? So 2 days for flying, 5 days for riding and back to work. And I did that for a season. So it was, that's where I picked up some of my miles. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that are high milers. Yeah. Most Canadians don't get to ride a whole lot.
Yeah.
And you don't live in Canada anymore. You're in Phoenix, you said?
I am in Phoenix right now, catching up on my riding, but I do have a home in Canada. And yes, I do reside there 6 months out of the year.
He's a snowbird.
Right.
Yeah, don't say that too loudly. Yeah, no, I come by it honestly, I do.
Yeah. Good deal.
It's easy to jump off a roof into the snow. Yeah, after you clean all the snow off the roof.
So let me ask you this question here. From your first Hoka Hey ride to your most recent Hoka Hey ride, what do you feel has been the biggest change between how it's set up, or how the route, or just the information that's being shared? What do you think is the biggest change? Do you think it made it easier, or?
That's a very good question, KSolo. It's an excellent question. The first year, and I don't believe that what I was thinking was any different than anybody else, and probably including yourself. Everybody, well, let's just say 75% of the riders assume that they're going to run hard and run in the top 10, top 5, right? And every one of them has a goal of finishing first, just like you and I did, right? And it doesn't happen. In 2016, I came in 18, and I had no idea where we were, because we weren't carrying devices. We weren't getting texts about detours, maybe one or two, but there was really nothing. If you were lost, you could pull your phone out and call Beth and see if you could get an answer, right? And hope that you would see another rider along the route, and say, hey, are we going the right way? Geez, I hope I haven't missed any turns yet. Yeah, it was like that. Ask me that question again.
So you think with the technology, because you guys didn't have fleet track. Did you guys have fleet trackers in the beginning?
Yes, we did in 2016. The trackers, I believe, started in either 2011 or 2012. Yeah. One of the funny ones was I didn't know about the directions and how I was going to carry them. I didn't even know what they looked like. Nobody said anything like that.
Trust me, it used to be damn near top secret. People wouldn't share they wouldn't share the directions. They wouldn't show you a copy of them.
That is correct.
It was like top secret shit. Yeah. Pardon my French, Doc. Go ahead and get me, Doc.
I went at the last minute and bought a file folder and used tie straps and duct tape to hold it in front of me. And the duct tape would let go. It would flap in the wind. It would completely flip around. If the wind was catching it properly, it'd be doing circles.
Right. Yeah.
So got completely soaked, had way too much gear with me. You know what? It was one of the biggest experiences that I ever had. I was beside myself when I finished in 2016. Definitely beside myself. I remember I was sitting in Maine on July 4th, and I was about 800 miles from the finish line, maybe not even that much. And I was watching a parade and sitting on a curb. I wish I could tell you the town that I was in. I can't. Anyways, I looked at my tire, my back tire, and I was showing cords. So I started calling dealerships, not realizing it's July 4th, and United States is shut down for July 4th. So I had no clue. Sat there, went to a gas station. I called Beth, and I told her what my situation was. And just as I was talking to Beth, I realized, well, I'm actually real close to the Canadian border. So I ended up telling Beth, I'm going into Canada to get a new tire, and I'll be back. And she said, just pick up the route where you left off. So I ended up being in Canada for 17 hours and in Fredericton, New Brunswick. And I picked up the route again and ended up coming in 18. They were actually kind of wondering why I wasn't moving so much closer to the end, but I was pretty tired and I was at my wit's end. I had almost given up. I was very, very close. I thought I was done. And, it actually finished the way it started in 2016 because I went down to get some fuel out of the parking. We were in a parkade for the starting line that year in the Paula Casino. And I realized that I only had a half a tank of fuel. I had forgotten to fuel up. I was so nervous. I looked over the edge of the parkade. I think we were on the second floor of the parkade, and I saw a gas station right outside. So I jumped on my bike and I scooted down there, and they were closed. Yeah. So I went back up in there, not wanting to miss the start. And that was that. I figured, okay, well, I guess I'll do the best I can. I see you've got no sniveling on that gas pump. Yeah.
Hey, that's a message right there. That is a true message for anybody. hey, you better learn to know your gas limits, your range for your
You
motorcycle.
betcha. You betcha.
I know Sharif ran out of gas, and I said, "Man, we better hit that gas station," and we just kept rolling. We was in the breeze, and sure enough, honk, 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 honk,
Mm,
and it
mm.
was over. And
You know,
we didn't have a gas can. We didn't have a gas can. I had to ride, and then I got a water bottle. I filled the water bottle up and took it back to him just so he could make it to the gas station.
KC Aston and Chuck Marble. I was sitting on the side of the road and all the bikes were going by me, vroom, vroom. And I'm thinking, okay, well, that was quick. I'm finished and I haven't even started. Casey Aston, he stopped. And Chuck Marble, he stopped. And Chuck asked me, he says, "Are you all right?" I said, "Yeah, I'm fine." So he left. And Casey Aston says, "Well, why are you on the side of the road?" I go, "Well, I'm out of fuel." He goes, "You're right out of fuel. You don't have any fuel at the beginning of the Hoka Hey. What's the matter with you?" And I said, "Well,
Wow.
I'm not right out of fuel." He goes, "Well, how much fuel do you have?" I go, "Well, maybe a quarter tank." "Oh," he says, "get back on that motorcycle. Let's get going." He says, "I'll stay with you to see if you run out of gas." Yeah. You know what? We ended up finding a gas station along the way, and there was maybe 3 or 4 Abby Spade. She was there fueling up, nervous as could be. And I saw that she was a new rider as well, and we shared some peanuts and then met at the finish line that year. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
But I
doctor,
didn't
you
run
see
out
what
of
Mike just
fuel.
said?
I
Yeah, Mike
didn't
said,
run.
yeah,
I
he said
did.
that's,
Yeah.
that's why he said that's why you carry an Oklahoma credit card, siphon home.
You know
That's a
what? It
good
sure
one,
would.
Mike.
If anybody has a card lock card, that's a good one to keep in your pocket. You know, like pull into a truck stop. Some of those you got to have a specific card, right? You
Right.
guys
Yeah.
know that, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, there's always a little bit of a communication barrier when it comes to the other countries and here in the United States, not only the entire country, but
Mhm.
each different state. It's
Mm.
sometimes I didn't understand who I was, what somebody in Mississippi or uh, Arkansas was actually saying to me, you know, and
Oh.
yeah, I would ask somebody, you know, for directions like, I need to go to this highway. Have you seen it? You know, is it up here? Or have you guys heard about a bunch of riders that have been trying to cross a bridge? And it was so thick with mayflies that were, you know, they were wiping out. And they said, "Oh yeah, your buddies already came through here."
Mm.
But it was really tough to understand, you know. Um, I know one time I was in uh, maybe Virginia or Mississippi, and there was 3 elderly gentlemen um, having coffee at a gas station outside at a table, and they saw the Hoka Hey patch. This was in 2018 on my back and Casey Aston's back, and one guy, he actually told me, um, "We don't like your kind around here. You know, you best just get on your bike and get out of this state." And I went,
Mm.
"Oh my goodness," you know. And being a Canadian,
Wow.
everybody's you know pleased and thank you and nice. And then he, as I was walking back to my motorcycle, he called me back, and of course I responded and went and asked. I was very polite, of course, and asked him what you know what he had to say. He apologized. And I was,
Mm.
oh my goodness, isn't that awesome? You know, that he said he was sorry. And he said he was a retired trooper, right?
Mm.
And I went, oh, well, you know, he says, now that I see that patch, I've heard of it. And he says, you guys are are riding across country, and you guys are grueling hours. He says, take care of yourself, young man. And I went, thanks. I'm from Canada.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. He said, hurry up, get going.
We got Flames Trotter joining us, 612. Welcome,
So when do
Flames
you
Trotter.
are you signed up, Doc, to go for a ride, or
No, not the Hoka Hey. I'm
not?
signed
No.
up. No, I'm signed up to do the U.S. Four Corners in June with the SCMA. I did it in 2024, and I also did the 48 states and the I-10 to the end all at the same time. I was out there for about 29 days. So I slept outside by my bike at the truck stops. I washed my clothes. I showered, at the truck stops. I, slept on picnic benches. I had a tent with me,
Don't let her fool you, Jimmy. She was a soldier, man. She was in the United States Army. She knew how to get down.
Oh, we
Yeah.
lost KSolo again.
Oh, really? Oh no, he said don't let me fool you, because I did 4 years in the military. I was in the army. So he said, I'm a trooper,
you
I'm a
were.
soldier. I was, yeah. Been to Afghanistan. I did 4 years, and
Oh my goodness.
yeah, came home. And I'm in education. So my doctorate degree is in educational leadership. And besides teaching and educating, I love to ride motorcycles, Jimmy.
Yeah.
I met a Marine down here. I understand, KSolo, you were in the Marines.
Army. I was in the Army.
I'm sorry.
Can you hear me?
You're not coming through.
Okay. Let him know, Doc. I was in the Army.
Yeah. He wasn't in the Marines. He was in the Army.
He was in the Army. Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah. Tom Neely, another Hoka Hey rider from 2020. Actually, boy, oh boy, there's some really decorated riders in the Hoka Hey, which is pretty amazing, especially for when a Canadian comes down here and meets military people. It's really intriguing. It's not like that in Canada. Of course, we have a military, but it's different. The Canadians haven't been out as much as the Americans, and the training is different. So, anyways, it's a real pleasure for me to meet all like military people, and riding the Hoka Hey, and I get to meet all kinds and hear some stories.
Yeah.
If they're kind enough to, to chat with me and let me in. Yeah, it's pretty amazing to me, and I admire everyone that served at all.
Right.
Thank you.
Doc,
Thank
you had a question, Doc?
I did. Jimmy, can you hear KSolo now?
I can.
Okay. I did have a question. I want to know about the support that you all have coming into the Hoka Hey, like your family, your wife, your family, your children. Do you have support to get going on this, to make you feel like I can do this because I know I got some support. My family got my back.
Now that it's getting to be well known, back in 16, it wasn't well known, and nobody knew what was going on, and including myself. Like I didn't know a whole lot about it. I just wanted to get out there and ride my motorcycle. So when I told my sister that I was riding the Hoka Hey, and I tried to explain it to her, she didn't really understand, and it was. It all happened so quickly, and because I worked away from home, I really didn't have the opportunity to talk about it much. And then all of a sudden, I jumped on my motorcycle and put some cash in my pocket, and away I went. Yeah, it was a decision that I sort of wanted to keep it to myself, just in case, like the negative feedback and, like don't do it. I didn't want to hear anything like that just to discourage me. So I did keep a portion of it to myself. A couple of close friends knew, of course, that I was doing this. Also, being prepared for someone who is generally quite prepared. I wasn't, not at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm. I have a question for you, Jimmy.
You betcha.
People see the miles, but they really don't see the suffering that the rider goes through.
Oh my goodness.
What part of the Hoka Hey that breaks most riders down that you think?
I believe what breaks you down when you're riding by yourself and you get lost. So, you know, I'm a really big believer in all the new riders that are coming in and have been coming in should ride alone, just for safety's sake. KC, you rode alone. Or KSolo, I
Yeah,
apologize. I said
yeah.
KC. Yeah,
I know. Yeah.
KSolo. Yeah, yeah. You rode alone, and you know what? If you're not riding by yourself, you're riding somebody else's ride, and that can get you in trouble, and it can get you hurt. Hopefully, that's as far as it goes. And I do encourage, of course, all the new riders to ride alone. That way you're not trying to keep up and ride somebody else's ride. You're tired, but you don't want to admit that you're tired. You know, your feet are wet, but you don't want to say anything because you don't want to slow anybody down. And that's just wrong. It really is. And I think that's how some of the riders do get hurt. Getting lost, oh my goodness, after 7 days of making wrong turns and trying to find your way back, if you're not sure of your mileage, oh my goodness, now you don't know where you are. You know, I was kind of wondering how everybody was doing it, and then I saw some of the veterans, they had maps. Yeah, so I figured out my own way to take care of that. The scariest part, sleeping under the stars, you know, again, not a military man, a civilian from Canada, you know. We lay in the snow once in a while, but that's about it. Sleeping in, it's pitch black out on the highway, and hearing all kinds of noises, not knowing where you are, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And there's rattlesnakes in places. Oh
Yeah,
my goodness, that's just horrible.
I'm sure it's all types of stuff. Liable to see a pig come
Yeah,
flying out of somewhere.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
I
mean,
was,
We was in
yeah,
Arizona,
yeah.
and they got wild boars out there, and I mean, a whole family just come grunting by, walking on the highway. I'm like, what the heck is this? I mean, a whole family from the big male boar to the sow to the little piglets. They were all in the line, just wow. I'm like, man, let me get. And I said, like, I'm in Arizona. Man,
You
get it
know,
up.
it's pretty scary not knowing where you are. I think that's one of the biggest things. Your bike breaking down. You know, I had my struts had broke, my fender was hanging, and I just kept going. And when I tripped into Canada to get a new tire, I mean, and that was pretty scary. You know, you kind of thought, oh, I guess my ride's over, but it wasn't. Um,
Mhm.
the boys there, while I slept outside on the boulevard, um, they just went ahead and fixed my bike. I didn't like I went there for a tire, and by the time I woke up, the place was closing down, and they said, well, they couldn't find me, and they had finished my bike about half an hour before I woke up. Anyway, so they said they told me they fixed a couple other things, and I was missing a lot of bolts, and my My brakes they went on of course they took it for a test drive, and my brakes were pulsating because I had warped my discs. And yeah, my tour pack broke open. It was probably about 2 a.m, and I was crossing a bridge, and I didn't even see the rise. It was enormous. My bike was airborne. My tour pack opened up, everything flew out, and you're always concerned about, oh my goodness, I'm falling behind. Well, you know, you're not falling behind. You're not falling behind if you're riding your own ride. And
That's right.
I did realize that. So when I was sitting on the curb, wondering what to do about a rear tire, I didn't feel too bad at all. I had calmed down by then, and the ride was about enjoying myself. And the following year, that's exactly what I did. I enjoyed myself and took note of where I was. And I heard the words that Beth had said, look and see how other people live. Pay attention to where you are, just to see what the demographics like. How much different is it from you? How lucky are you to be doing what you're doing? And that's how it all started for me. Calming
I know
down.
it's a big change from you, from the highways, the sign, the instructions, the back roads, just everything. I can imagine, just because I've ridden in Canada and in this state, so I know that was a little bit of adjustment, maybe a little shock to you in the beginning, or did it was like the second time out that you really like, okay, I got the hang of the road signs and the directions and things now?
Well, I was when Casey Aston picked me up on the side of the road and got me to the gas station. He told me that that I would have to lead. Like I wasn't going to follow him. And I go, well, I don't know what these instructions are asking of me. So he explained it to me, and then he goes, he says, I'll tell you what, I'm not going to finish this ride because I got a reunion to go to. So I'll stay with you for a couple of days, and you better get the hang of it, because if you don't, that's too bad. You're going to have to learn it. So
Wow.
yeah. So he put me in front and started showing me how to read the instructions. And it was quite a bit different when I saw all the highways on one line and different names. Like, what are these names doing on this line? Like, are we looking for a highway number, or are we looking for a name? What's going on? Because again, I came from a different country. Things are different,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
you can imagine how people from New Zealand and Australia, let alone Europe, when they come down to ride the Hoka Hey. Oh, here's a big one. Everything, like, our bikes were in kilometers,
Yeah.
right? So
Mhm.
I had to do every turn, the math in my head.
Wow.
Well, how many miles am I going? I had to convert all that to kilometers. So
Right.
again, that was scary. So then I thought,
Uh-huh.
okay, Solo, I think I can just ride until I find the road that I'm looking for. No, no, you can't do that.
You can't do that. You'll be
No.
100 miles off course.
Yeah, one blink and you've missed your turn.
Mm-mm.
Just like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, man. Hey, Doc,
Yeah.
Marky Mark had a question. I'm gonna go back to this question from Marky Mark. Can you
Oh, yeah.
give that question to Jimmy? Can you
Yeah,
see it?
Triple Nick. Yeah. Do you recall your aha moment during your first Hoka Hey that you got this and the rhythm going? Can you see the light at the end that you got this and the rhythm going? That aha moment.
It, again, it was almost the very end of the Hoka Hey in 2016, sitting on that curb, watching the July 4th parade. I got I watched it for a little bit, and then okay, you best get going. And all I did was go to the other side of the bridge, and I sat down again, and until it was like, okay, why don't you just plan on just finishing the Hoka Hey and forget about anything else? If you make it, you make it. If you have to sit around and wait for a tire, well, that's what you just do it. It doesn't matter. It's okay. You've been sleeping on the side of the road. You've been sleeping in parking lots and in the bushes, trying to stay incognito. And it just hit me, and I calmed right down and said, "This is it. I'm just going to cross that finish line, no matter how long it takes me." And I was really surprised when I pulled in 18 on the list. Yeah.
Right.
And, my brother-in-law was there waiting for me. I didn't realize how close we were to Canada in Buffalo, where we finished, Medicine Park, I believe. And when I crossed the finish line, my brother-in-law was there, Bruce Henderson from Toronto, and we were only 2.5 hours from there. So I crossed the finish line. The hoopla is all good, and more riders coming in. So I figured, okay, time to go home. So my brother-in-law, he led me across the bridge into Canada, and was at my sister's house in about 2 hours. And then they wanted to hear the stories. I couldn't even think. My pants were falling off me because I never. My meals were not regular. Not the first year. No, not the first
Doc,
year.
you gotta hit him. Doc, you gotta hit him up on his diet, man. We're gonna get him on his diet.
Oh yeah.
You gotta hit him up on his diet and train him.
Was,
You got a question for him, Doc?
I do. I was going to just ask you, how are you preparing fitness wise and you're getting your wellness together now for the Hoka Hey as prepared as versus what you did before?
Okay, I was a younger man in 16. That was 10 years ago. I just turned 65. Going to be 66 when we run the Hoka Hey this summer. What keeps me in shape is basically working and riding my motorcycle. I don't work so much anymore because I'm retired, but working in construction, especially in the metal trades, it's pretty rigorous work. Of course, not like being in the army or anything like that, but you're doing some heavy lifting and you're working long hours, right? So that kind of helped, to be able to ride a little bit longer, just because you're up working. And when I wasn't working, I just wanted to ride my motorcycle. That's all I wanted to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. I have a question for you. I'm going to throw at you. You spoke a while ago about, just enduring, and I'm going to ask you this question here. When it's just you on the road out there by yourself in the middle of the night, and I don't know if you ride through the night, I ride through the night, 3 a.m., what demon shows up? And how do you deal with them demons? When you're out there by yourself, and the trees, and the trees are because in back roads, so you know how the trees are just grow over and kind of like they're just hands closing in on you, closing in.
Yeah, very scary. Well, buffalo and moose is they're my fear. The deer, of course, you can see their eyes in the headlights; they shine pretty good. But a moose and a buffalo and a cow, yeah, they're quite invisible in the dark. I was riding south of Salt Lake City, of course, heading through Wyoming. I've never seen so many deer in my life, and we have a lot of deer in Canada. There was, if I said 5,000 in 100 miles, I wouldn't be lying. It was just so amazing. I had to slow down to 30 miles an hour because it was, I didn't know what they were going to do, you know, well, who
Right.
does? So I
Right.
was doing 30 miles an hour for, you know, 100 miles. I'm not kidding. It was that long. And in the middle of the night. Now I stop. I calculate the hours that I want to sleep, and it's different every night. But I don't want to do the sleep deprivation. As you can see, I hit a deer. There's blood on that bike right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and I didn't even see it. Not anything. I didn't see it. Anyway, so I stop just after dusk. I ride maybe an hour into dark, and you got to understand now that in August the sun doesn't go down till like 9:30, quarter to 10. You know, depending on where we are. It does go down quite late for the Hoka Hey. Just happens. So and then getting up early. Sometimes the sun's coming up at 3:00, 3:30, sorry, 4:00, right? So you got yourself, you know, 5.5, 6 hours sleep. Just, you know, just because you went to bed or you stopped riding at dusk and you're getting up at 3:30 in the morning to go for it, that doesn't mean you slept for that 5.5 hours that I just discussed with you. That, you know, you might have slept 2 or you might have slept 3 just because of the excitement and you're revved up. If you're gassing and going, you're not getting off your motorcycle. You pull up as close to the pump as you can, you put your fuel in, and you're gone. Well, after 20 hours of doing this, let alone 5 days or 7 days, 10 days, you can't get off your bike after a while. You get off your bike and you're weak. You start to vibrate. It's like you want to fall over, or you smoked the first cigarette in your whole life and you got all dizzy. So you just get back on your bike as quickly as you can, you know, trying not to throw up. Yeah. So after I experienced that, I figured, okay, I'm going to get off my bike and see what happens. And I get nauseous, right? So I'd lean up against my bike again, and then I'd make a plan in my head what I needed from the gas station convenience store, and I'd run in as fast as I could, and I'd grab what I wanted, and back out to the bike. And it, as soon as I got back to my motorcycle, it was like I was calmed again. You know, so okay, start filling my jacket with water, and, you know, again, there was no social media to say, hey, do prepare with a water jug or a camelback, you know, suck on water all day long, something. No, water bottles in the jacket, you know, and a package of M&Ms in my pocket, you know.
Yeah, the
And
old sugar rush.
yeah,
But
yeah,
I
yeah.
tell
And
I
then
tell
I
everybody,
figured,
man, the peanuts are the proteins. I just got to work to get to the
yeah,
protein.
exactly. I did get to that too. And then I thought to myself, oh my goodness, all this stuff is fattening. I'm going to
But you
get fat eating all these
but you
oils.
burn
But
so many calories. You burn so many
yeah,
calories. You lose weight.
yeah.
You'll have people lose 15, 20 pounds right now. I know I lost
Oh,
weight because I mean
easily,
I was like,
easily.
and my tank bag was literally my snack pack. Let's call it
Mm-hmm.
the snack pack. I had all my
Mm-hmm.
food, my sandwiches, everything in there, my jerky, everything in that
Yeah.
tank bag. So I mean, that's what I was living off of. It wasn't time to stop for a full meal because I was like, 10 days, I'm gonna finish this in 10 days. The suck, man, it sucked. The pain.
You know, I didn't even know what a tank bag was. You know, and you know what? You know, getting back to UK Solo, I have to say, you know, the way that you brought your bike in 2020, was it? Um, there
22.
was nothing left of it.
Nah,
2022, yes, yes.
yeah,
I think it
22.
was 22 when you and I took pictures in front of the sign on end of the road Hoka Hey banner.
Yeah, yep,
Hmm.
yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah, that was a big moment for me, KSolo.
Oh,
Thank you for
sure. How
that.
was it? Yeah,
I appreciate it. Yeah.
yeah.
It was really nice to see you there, and you're a big name. Coming in first and coming in first the way you did.
Wow.
Smashed up motorcycle bags not there. And hats off to the other boys as well that have done the same thing. Oh my goodness, the determination that they have, and it's not just boys, it's the women out there. Oh my
Oh
goodness,
yeah. Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
some of those
Oh yeah.
women, they are fearless. Hey,
Yes.
yeah. No wonder we
Yes.
take out the garbage when we're told to. Yeah.
Hey man,
That's
I'm
right.
I'm gonna
That's
tell I'm
right.
gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. Someone that and this is the honest truth. And even to this day, my mother and I, we talk about her. Junie to me is tough as 10 penny nails, man. Junie has ridden in the very first Hoka Hey. She's had accidents. She's ran off the road. She ran off a cliff, and she still gets back out there on it. And she rides her ride. She may not come in first. She may not be in the front, but she rides her ride, and she ride it to the spirit of the Hoka Hey, man. And I
Yeah,
got
you
to give it
bet.
to her. I got to give it
You
to her.
bet.
I've always married, and I told my mom about it. I showed my mom with a picture of her bike in the ditch, and she said, "That woman." I said, "Yeah, mom, she
Mhm.
rides. She's a rider." So
Mhm.
my hats off to her,
I
man, and to all the females, to all the riders, man.
I don't know if you know this, K-Solo or Doc. When Junie rode her first ride, she was battling breast cancer.
Hmm.
No, I didn't
Yeah,
know.
did you guys know that?
I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Anyways,
Yeah.
the first ride was again going to Alaska, and she made it as far as the border, and turned around and went to the Mexican border. Yeah, yeah. Enough of that. So I think the following year she um, was getting better, of course, but she wanted to do it again, and
Right.
I'm not exactly sure, but I believe in 2013 she had another battle
Hmm.
with cancer again.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes,
It's been.
Queselo, a very tough
Hmm.
woman. Yeah,
Yeah.
you betcha.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
you can't get
Let me
loud
let
with
me
her,
let
that's
me
for
let me
sure.
let me do this. Let me do this right here, man. I have to do this. Without a doubt, Junie, this is for you. Female riders and male riders out there riding the Hoka Hey.
Definitely,
I had off and salute to all of
definitely.
you guys, man. Everybody
You
has a
know,
story.
the time that they spend fundraising, for some reason, I just feel that women do it differently than men do. You know,
Oh
um,
yeah. Oh
Mm.
yeah.
yeah, it's just
Terry's on right now. Terry's a monster at fundraising,
yeah,
man.
you
She
betcha.
gave that
Yeah,
great
it's
seminar
it's crazy.
at the rendezvous, without a doubt.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, it's pretty amazing actually. So yeah, Junie sweeps now, so she has for quite a while. They say, oh, Junie, she's always coming in last, but she's out there, making sure that
Yeah.
everybody's going to come across that finish line. She runs into somebody, she, stopping and helping, and like even just being company for somebody. That's
Right.
sometimes that's all it takes,
Right.
you
Mm.
know,
Right.
just to keep you going.
All right. Hey, everybody, just
Yeah.
stay tight right now. Just hang tight where you're at. We got to take a quick pause break, and then we're going to be right back. So just hang tight. Right back.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your man, Jeff, aka DJ FX. That's right, the owner of Creative Views. And today's podcast is being sponsored by Creative Views, the place where you can get all your custom designs, DTF printing, as well as video editing. So make sure you come, get in contact with me at creativeviews25@outlook.com, or go to the website at creativeviews.com and check out the awesome custom designs that you can be seen wearing. So now, let's be legendary and inspire to inspire. Right here on Riding with KSolo and Doc in the building, Remy. Peace.
You love that, Doc.
Me too. We're back, everybody. Just like
that.
Doc, KSolo, while we took that little break, I was thinking about some of the names that stick into my head here, and they're constantly remembered. There was a Canadian that rode in 2016 from Calgary, and he was running up in the top 10, and then he disappeared, just like that. He was so close to the finish line, and he didn't cross it, and don't even know what happened. A lot of the riders that finish in the top 20, sometimes they don't come back. But the riders that you see more riders that haven't even come close to the top 20, and they keep coming back. They're out there. They're really enjoying the ride, and nothing I would like more than to finish in the top 20 again. Do it one more time. It would be great.
Right.
But the ride is totally different, and you got to agree with me there, KSolo. You just have to riding all night, trying to get into that first place in 10 days. And I think now you can do it in 9 if you want.
Yeah.
Right? Restrictions are off. But then again, things change. You don't know. Like last year in 24, restrictions are coming in. You just come in. So, yourself riding all night, I don't know how much of the country you saw before the Hoka Hey, but you don't remember where it was that you were riding when you were riding the Hoka Hey, because it was dark and traveling.
You are 100% correct.
Okay.
And I say this right now, when we meet up with the groups and we're talking, we meet at Taco Rendezvous, and people talking about this or saying, "Oh, did you see this or did you see that?" I said, I don't remember it. I didn't see it because I was running at night. You know what I'm saying? And I missed a lot of stuff. When we was up in the Sescu's Mountain, man, I was running at night. Riot and I was zipping. The only thing you saw was headlights through the dark. And we didn't see anything. So yeah, and I can understand what you're saying. I can relate to what you're saying. How some riders don't come back, and some riders come back.
Once you've like my second year was totally different. My third year, again, completely different. And of course, in 2024, I was at the back with Junie and Casey Aston, just taking our time, enjoying the ride, and making sure that everybody got in before we did. Everybody except Detta Dean. Yeah, there was just no way we could get that girl to get ahead of us.
Oh my goodness!
Oh yeah. We tried waiting, but it just wasn't working.
Right.
She got lost when we were waiting. Yeah, but anyways, she ended up crossing, and she did her thing, and she did it all by herself. I want to ask you a question, Doc. Tell me, do you think it's harder coming in 10 days, or do you think it's harder coming in 28 days?
I think it's harder coming in 28 days because I feel pressure. Now I feel like everybody is ahead of me. They're waiting on me. I'm holding folks up. So now my mentality is not just for me. My mental is now not just enjoying the ride. I feel pressure. And then I may be ashamed, or I feel embarrassed, or I don't know if someone is, I just think it's harder to come in last, but it's so fulfilling to still feel like I finished though, so it's like, right.
That's 100%.
Okay.
I agree with you 100%. The other thing that if you're out there a long time, you're going to be more tired, and you're not going to be thinking straight at all, the adrenaline is going to be different, pumping at 10 days, giving it your all, doing 10,000 miles as opposed to 10,000 miles in 28 days. And, eventually you get relaxed and you are out there alone. Right. So with your military background, I think you would be fine.
Oh yeah, she thinks. I think she's gonna ride it. I do. I think she's gonna ride it, and I think she's gonna do well.
Good. Yeah.
I think just being on the podcast and hearing Hoka Hey riders talk about the ride and learning a little bit more about it, because she only heard the negative parts. She only heard fatalities. She only heard accidents and stuff like that. But she didn't hear the great stories of people sitting there talking about seeing the sunrise or bumping into people at gas stations or all the good stuff, and even just the fundraising for it. It could, because you meet people, and that's one of, like D Bell said, that's probably going to be his biggest challenge, is going to be trying to fundraise, because it's taking him out of his norm to go and ask for something from other people. So, some people, the charity may be the hard part. They say, well, I can only raise $1,000, and then they'll probably come out of their pocket with 500 of that 1,000, say, hey, I raised $1,000.
That still works, eh? Fundraising is fundraising. All donations are donations, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you help out, right?
Yeah, that's right.
As long as you feel good doing it, pulling into a gas station and seeing a man sitting on the curb with all his belongings and a dog, and not saying anything. And I think this is a part where Beth Durham would say, keep your eyes open, see who's out there, see what you can do. Can you help anybody out? How are these people living? Is it different for you? And how is it different for you?
And that's the thing about the Hoka, because it takes you all over the country. You will be in the South, you'll be in the North, you'll be in the West, and you see it all. You see it all. Tomorrow you'll be in another state.
And it is scary, like you asked before there, Doc. When you're in the middle of nowhere, and well, I was gonna say 42 degrees, but that's in Celsius again, that metric thing, right? So we're looking at about 105 degrees. I've ridden through Arizona and New Mexico. It's been pretty hot. Also, the first year they took us through Death Valley right off the hop. As soon as we started going, boom, we're in Death Valley at 118 degrees Fahrenheit,
Smoking, baby.
And there's people living in there.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Smoking.
I don't know. It's hard for me to fathom, and then when I do stop and think of it, the respect factor comes out, it's pretty crazy. And then
they love taking us through Yellowstone. So if you've never been ridden in Yellowstone, man, you better go back there and try to figure out some cross references, because you get stuck back up in there. It's gonna be an ugly mess.
There's the buffalo.
Yep. It's gonna be an ugly mess, man. If you've never ridden in Yellowstone, I'm telling you right now, you better get out there and say, okay, I'm gonna use this building here as a reference. This location as a reference. You get turned around real quick up there.
A good way, KSolo, for some of the new riders to get going, if they just outright decide that they want to ride the Hoka Hey and they're gonna put in an application, come February. Well, they've already made the decision for that summer. So hitting all the national parks, in the United States, there is a lot of parks.
That's a nugget right there, folks. You just got a nugget right there.
And that's an easy one, going from national park to national park, national forest. It's you get to see a lot of riding, and it improves your skills.
Mm-hmm.
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 Oh, look at that. There's the Moki Dugway. That's
Yeah.
been on the Hoka Hey, I think 3 times now.
Yep.
But
Wow.
Yep. I remember my first
yeah.
time riding that, man, and it was like, I'm like, wow, the road just, the pavement just stopped. Then it's dirt gravel, and then you're up so high, and you're like, oh my God, I'm going over the side.
I remember asking Blackie, hey, Blackie, you're like, where is that? You know, and he goes, well, that's the Mexican hat, boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you know, Blackie being a Texan, you know. Yeah.
Yeah. Doc, you got a question?
I do. So is it safe to say that you don't really know where you're at sometimes? You don't know what state you're in, just following the directions and just going, you don't even know where you're at. Is that what we're saying here?
Oh, you'll know
You
where
know
you're at. You'll know where
that
you're at because the road, because now let me just answer that question. Because on the directions, and we're giving out a lot of information. I don't want to give out too much information.
Okay.
But you can see because they have the abbreviation on
Okay.
the road. So that's all I'm gonna say, because I don't want to sit there and just hold the spoon and feed
Gotcha.
everybody. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
But because just like what Jimmy said, there was no podcast, there was no groups, there was none of that. So the only way that you would even get some assistance or something like that, if you had a friend that have ridden it and they bring the directions back and they say, hey man, this is kind of like how we did it. But like I say, this is all new, but maybe it's good. Would you say it made it a little bit safer for the information that's being shared, Jimmy? Or do you think it's taken away from the challenge? Because it's still an individual challenge.
Well, you know, a lot of people from the United States, of course, they do know the numbers of the highways, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, like an interstate, it's a blue sign and it's got a number on it. You know, odd numbers go north and south, even numbers go east and west. You know, and you're following state highways that you know, you can see them where the confusion starts. Even though, you know, the odd time, you know, you will get an NM or an AZ, right? Just because of the highway that you're supposed to be on, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if those highways change into a name, or they aren't a state highway, then you don't know where you are, right? And if you're moving around turn by turn, you have no clue, you know. And at night, maybe if you're military, you'll know which is northeast, west, or south, but I don't, you know. So that's a real hard one for me. So I got to make sure I'm going to find that turn. And you know what? I had to start carrying an atlas just so I did know where I was. Sometimes it's just so small, the mention of the state highway, that before you know it, there's no mention anymore, and you've left that state, and the directions didn't tell you that you were going into another state, you know. So do you have to know where you are? You don't.
Right.
I know. I do know, Doc. Some KSolo, some riders. They don't read maps.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even want to look at maps. It makes them dizzy. So a lot of riders will put the instructions from the sheet, and they'll write it on their windshield with an erase marker.
Mm-hmm.
You know, looking at the directions in a file folder with a flashlight in their mouths.
Mm-hmm.
And this is
I
just
mean,
you
those
turn
was
that
the early days. Those
yeah.
those early rides right there. Riding with a
I
flashlight in
remember.
your mouth.
Yeah, I remember when I did it the first time. It lit up so much, I was blinded and I didn't know where I was going. And oh my goodness, I better not do this again.
He blinded
Yeah,
himself, man.
yeah,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was pretty good. Yeah.
I have one, guys, for both of you. And KSolo, I want you to start it off. Here's the question: how do you prepare your mentality to keep going when you're out there, or when you're tired, when you have sleep deprivation? How do you get your mentality prepared to handle and keep going, to say, I'm going to finish no matter what?
Right, right. I for me, I think it was my military background that really just instilled how to operate and continue to move, while suffering from sleep deprivation. You know what I'm saying? Realizing the factors of, okay, this is what's going to happen. My vision is going to get blurry. My thinking is going to get jarred. And so, what do you need to do? You know that you need to stop. You know that you need to let your eyes rest. So you're going to sit there and say, well, okay, I'm going to stop for 15 minutes and just close my eyes and let my eyes rest. Or I'm going to go brush my teeth because this is a technique that I use. So for me, I had techniques already instilled in me to sit there and say, well, okay, this is how you're going to need to operate. You're going back to the combat zone, or you're going back to the training. You know what I'm saying? So for me, the training that I had, and that's why I try to tell riders who may not have military background, who may have a 9 to 5, or maybe a weekend rider, you need to really train yourself. Don't just go out there cold and say, well, I'm going to ride 500 miles. Well, okay, you may be riding 500 miles in rain. This is going to screw you up.
Oh,
You're going to be
hey,
riding. Yeah,
didn't we do that in Hurricane Debbie, KSolo?
exactly. Right out the gate, they got their ass handed to them. Man,
Yeah.
come on now.
Yeah.
So that whole plan that you had, out the window. People quit on day 1,
Yeah.
2. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mhm.
don't just sit there and say, well, I got accepted. I have a number. I'm going to go ride it. You, from the moment you submit that application, you better start out there walking, rucking, or something to train yourself to sit there and say, well, okay, I'm going to go ride 600, 700, 800 miles. Train yourself. Get into a routine so that you can survive, because all it takes is a long blink. And,
Very good question, Doc. And listening to KSolo explain his version of it, of course, because of the military background, right? Right away, it's like, I can't quit. My life depends on it. I have to keep going. My partner's life depends on it. I have to keep going, right? And then there's the riders that we don't know, because we don't know their story. Why are they there in the first place, right? Maybe they're not military, but there's a reason why they're there. Are they there because they've had a close call? Are they there because they're sick and they think they need to, get something over on their bucket list? Like, we don't know that. It's just like you mentioned earlier with Junie Rose. She had beat cancer, but she wasn't gonna quit. You know what I mean? And to this day, when we were coming across the border going to Alaska, and it was easy because, if we decided to head directly east, we would have been at my house. So, I asked the question, are we going forward? What are we doing? Are we going to finish this thing? And everybody was tired because they were out there for so long. What about that person that again got better, and they're trying to put a check mark on that bucket list, and they end up finishing. You know what I mean? Might take them 16 days or 20 days or maybe even less, and get her done. And that's pretty amazing, because we don't know who these people are. Just by looking at someone, you have no idea, right? And having a look at some of these areas that we go through in
Yeah. And
the
when you
daytime.
talk about, we never know the background of somebody or where they come or why they're riding. You know what I'm saying? Everybody
just
ride
don't.
the ride for their own reason. I mean, you have people 60, 70, almost 80 years old. out there riding the
Yeah.
Hoka Hey, man. So
Yeah, you
everybody
betcha.
ride their ride for their own reason, Doc.
You know, we've got people that God is with them. We've got people that have motorcycle angels. We've got people that see spirits. You know, that they still be driving along and they'll see a hawk or an eagle. You know, and that inspires them to keep going. You know, even seeing any kind of an animal inspires them to keep going. You know what? In 24, alligators on the side of the road, that inspired me to keep going. Yeah, that was a first for me. It was incredible. Yeah,
and you have a
roadkill is
spiritual
generally
moment. Yeah.
What's that, KSolo?
I say you'll have a spiritual moment. You would definitely
Oh
have
yeah,
a spiritual moment on the Hoka Hey. You're definitely gonna you will not come back the same. That's all. That's what I was saying.
Oh, exactly. You're not coming back the same.
No.
You know, and a spiritual moment doesn't necessarily mean, you know, you saw something. You know,
Right.
It's in your thoughts. You know that help you to keep going. Really. Yeah, I just wanna see the finish line just to see who's there. You know, maybe that's what kept you going. You know,
Right.
it does happen though.
Standing on the edge of the Grand Canyon and just sitting there taking it all in, man.
Exactly. Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah. That's an amazing feat. You know, when I saw that from the air, it was nothing but a crack. That's a pretty amazing sight in the air as well.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Doc, you ridden through the Grand Canyon, right, Doc?
I haven't. Nope.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? And I was shy about sending you pictures about the Grand Canyon because I thought everybody's been to the Grand Canyon.
No.
Doc.
You know what? I haven't been, and also I wanted you to know. Someone also put this in the comment. It might have been Bolo or D-Bell, but you'd be surprised how many Americans do not know the highway systems and how it works, or who wasn't taught that in school before.
Yeah, that was I think that was Bolo. That was Bolo.
Okay,
who,
Bolo.
dropped that in there.
So, hey,
Jimmy
can I ask you guys? I'm sorry, I don't know where you guys are at. What part of the country are you in? I don't know.
I'm
East
in
Coast.
Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah,
oh, you're in
East
Nashville.
Coast.
Okay.
Yeah,
and you're
East Coast.
On East Coast, KSolo?
North Carolina.
North Carolina. Oh, okay, very good. Wow, we're a long ways away. You know.
Man, that's not long. Where you at? That's not long.
There's
I go there. I would ride to Phoenix for a beef rib, man.
Morning.
Come on.
Yeah, we'll see you for breakfast.
Look, I'm gonna stop through Boerne, Texas, and pick Sharif up, and a couple other my hungry friends.
Oh, hey, you know, I saw one of your posts the other day there, KSolo, and you were sleeping in a lawn chair, and you said you felt safe. Doc, do you remember why he said he felt safe?
Probably because he had his pistol on him. I don't know.
No. He had a rider, and there was another rider.
Gopher. Gopher was part.
Robert
We
Gofinski.
were at a Gopher. We were at a rest stop, and he was there first, and then I pulled and I seen him, and he had his contraption up and everything, so he was bunkered down. But I just pulled out my chair, man, and leaned up against my tour pack, just enough to give my eyes some rest. And Gopher said, man, he said, Solo, I heard you when you pulled in, and I heard you when you pulled off, and I knew it was time for me to get up and start riding. So, you know, and it's moments like
prepared.
that. Yeah, it's moments like that when you run across another rider that you see laying down resting, and you sit there and say, well, okay, I'm gonna stop here and lay down and rest as well. Give you a little bit more security or comfort of knowing somebody's there with you.
Okay.
Yeah, he's definitely prepared.
Oh man,
and you know, I had the pleasure of meeting Gopher.
I would love to get Gopher on here. Gopher, if you're watching, if anybody can reach out to Gopher, I would love to get him on because he crashed last year, and went to the hospital, got treated, and say, you know what, I'm still gonna finish this thing. And it was like, no, no, no. And Gopher said, I don't know who you talking to. Got on his bike and still rode the daggone Alaska, man.
I gave Gopher a text after you talked to me this afternoon, and I said, if you're free this afternoon, you know, he's about an hour and a half away from me right here. I've seen him, I don't know, maybe 3 times, twice, maybe since I've been here. 3 times, I think we went for a ride up north as well. But that would have been cool if he would have walked through that door over there.
I know.
Surprise, yeah.
But I'm gonna get him on though. I definitely want to get him on. I would definitely love to hear his story. But listen, we're 90 minutes into it already. So what we're gonna do? I told you. You talking about solo? We're going 90 minutes. Like it's gonna be long. Like no, it's gonna go by real fast. So listen, we're gonna get ready to wrap this thing up. We're gonna jump into our Q&A session right now. So what we like to do is we like to do what we call rapid questions, rapid fire. We're just gonna just ask you questions right at you. Just give us the answer that come right to you, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and start it out. You want to start off, Doc, or you want me to start off?
No, go ahead.
Okay. So for your first outing, what did you ride? What type of motorcycle did you ride?
I rode a 2008 Ultra Classic, and it had a 103 cubic inch stage 3 in it. I bought that bike brand new, and I already had I think around 50,000 miles on it when I decided to ride in 2016. I had bought it in 2008 new.
Okay. Doc?
David Bell said, Jimmy, are you riding this year?
This year, I will be riding a 2008 Ultra Classic with stage 3. It's the same bike.
Same bike.
Yeah.
I got a question.
I've ridden that bike in all 4 of my Hoka Heys, and it has close to 200,000 miles on it.
Sweet.
But I guess I have another couple, 3 motorcycles that I kind of take turns. One's for the spring, one's for the fall. And then there's that 08 Ultra Classic that does all the long distance rides.
But Jimmy, you are doing a Hoka Hey this year.
Why not? It is 2026, is it not?
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
The only people that I know that aren't going to ride, that usually ride, are they're a little bit older, right? And they have to take turns.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
All
I'm
right.
sorry. I caught myself. Junie's not going to be riding this year.
Okay.
She's gonna stay behind and man the finish line. You know, somebody's got to be there to give Beth a hand, and Annie, right? Yeah. As a matter of fact,
I would love to.
They're asking for volunteers.
Yeah. I saw that. Last episode we talked about that.
Yeah, there's some riders, you know, that would rather help. You know, get pretty much the same enjoyment out of a big long ride. You know, and you can even go out there and do half the ride and help out at the finish line. You know.
Right.
Yeah. No, I will be riding this year, Doc. Yeah.
Okay.
Question. Have you had any major accidents during the Hoka Hey Motorcycle Challenge?
Yes, sir. I hit a deer. As you saw, the bike was all bloody there in one of those photos. And I was riding. Now, this is kind of an interesting one, if I may. I was riding beside Eric Baskel, and we were coming up to a turn in the road. There was a stain on the highway, and we've all seen those stains as we go around corners. You know, cars possibly dropping some oil or semis dropping some oil. But what I thought was a stain was actually sludge. It came from like one of those sucker trucks, a vac truck that sucks up mud and whatnot. Anyways, it spilt it right around that bend. And as soon as my front tire hit it, down I went. Oh, look at you. There it is. Yeah. So the other Hoka Hey rider there.
He hit it too.
Yeah, no, he hit something different. Yeah. If I recall, he needed fuel, so he went into that gas pump, wanted to get that fuel. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So yeah, those two things I think were the major for me.
Okay.
I'm pretty cautious now,
Okay.
especially, you know, since we talked about the animals. Oh
Right.
my goodness, Doc, here's one for you.
What
We
you
were
got?
going through Idaho one year. I think it was 18, and there must have been 10,000 rabbits in 30-mile stretch.
Oh my
And
God.
again, I'm not kidding. 10,000 rabbits. It was amazing. Like, why are all these animals, so many of them, on the road? What brings them there? And who knows that this is going to happen? I couldn't be the only Hoka Hey rider that saw that. That was incredible, you know?
Okay. You get it
And
all
I-
out there. I mean, you have chipmunks,
Oh,
you
yeah.
have everything, foxes,
Oh,
everything
amazing.
running out in front of you. Everything. Every creature
Everything.
you get ready. Get ready. All
Whose
right.
question
Well,
is it
listen, we're
now?
gonna get
Doc, is it your turn?
Oh,
Doc.
my time for a question.
I know, right?
Come on, you ready for me? You ready for me, Jimmy? Okay, I'm ready.
I'm gonna start hitting him up then. He want to keep going. We're gonna keep going then.
Oh, Jimmy, are you what position are you trying to finish this year in? Like, are you going hugging it, going
He's not.
to get it, or are you just like, I'm gonna ride this thing and it doesn't matter where I finish?
You know what? It doesn't matter where I finish. So this is what we got going on in my world. We have an elite finisher badge, we have a finisher badge, and we have a slow ass finisher badge. You know, so I've gotten all three, and you know, it sure would be nice to jump into first place and have all four of those badges. But I am going to tell you that I want to cross that finish line. And I want to cross that finish line healthy, right?
Yeah.
If I'm lucky enough to make it in the top 20 or even the top 30, right? That means I crossed it healthy and my bike was in one piece, and I'll get to ride another Hoka Hey in 28.
Okay.
Good deal. Good deal.
Nice.
Hey, I'm gonna address this question that Bolo dropped in. Bolo said, Jimmy, is there a particular road or area that you enjoy seeing the most while riding the Hoka Hey?
Are you asking me what my favorite states are?
No, he's asking, is there a particular road or area that you enjoyed seeing?
Definitely northern Arizona. It's beautiful. Utah, southern Utah. And you know what? Believe it or not, I like Texas. Just because there's a lot of roads in Texas, and it's turn left, turn
Northern,
right, turn left,
north
turn
or south,
right.
north or south.
Southern Texas, of course, because yeah.
Okay.
There is
right.
a lot of roads in Texas. Yeah. You know, I've done a bit of riding in the east where you are, KSolo. It's very, very green there, which, you know, it's kind of like back home in Canada. It's very green. Lots of rain. And again, that's where it's scary, you know, when the vegetation, the grasses, the trees, they're growing so close to the road, you know. What's hiding in that grass where you are, you know, like in Arizona? Yeah, there's snakes and I haven't seen anything else other than that.
Everything.
What
Moose, porcupines,
moose?
monkeys, all there.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
Especially when you go up to daggone Maine, man. When I go up to Maine area, I'm just totally, I'm gonna shut it down at night. I mean, I'm really pressing it if I ride at night in Maine. Yeah. Question for you.
Sure.
What mistake did you make earlier that almost cost you the ride? Other than running out of gas, mistake that you made that almost cost you the ride.
Okay. And other than wearing my tire down, not knowing exactly how long that
Oh,
tire was
wearing your
going to
tire
last,
down,
right?
huh?
Yeah.
So did you store it off on new tires, or did you overpack the weight? What was it?
I left Canada with new tires, and uh, that the older bikes, they got a skinny tire. And of course, I was overpacked. I had 3 jackets with me, along with heated gear. Why? I have no idea. I just thought, that I could wear one on Tuesday and I could wear a different one on Wednesday, like I do with my welding caps. No, that wasn't the case. I don't know why I did that. Now the bike was overweighted, right? And my tire was gone before the ride was over. So again, and it was July 4th, and I had to come back into Canada to get a new tire. You know, other than that, the worst thing, I'm glad when I hit that deer that I stayed up and there wasn't a whole
Right.
lot wrong with my bike. Just the sheet metal got bent. And,
Okay.
like, how come I didn't see it? And it's something that a traveler like myself, because I traveled for work, was taught to me by my father and my coworkers. Watch out for those shiny eyes. Watch out for those shiny eyes, and it just happens that quick. You take your eyes off the road for 1 second, and not even a second, and there it is, just like that.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Doc, you have one more, or?
I just want to say good luck to you, Jimmy. It's nice meeting you. I'm sure I'll see you out here on the road.
Oh, it was very nice chatting with you too, Doc. KSolo.
Hey, Jimmy,
Pleasure.
if there's one thing that you could see, if there's one thing that they could bring back from the very first time that you rode a Hoka Hey to now, there's one thing that they could bring back. I know they didn't want to bring the elite belt buckle back. I think there was issues with that because they made it a race, because some people say it's not a race, but it's a self-paced challenge. If there's one thing that you can see they'll bring back, what would it be?
Well, it's not a race, of course, but everybody wants to be first or second, or first. Everybody wants to be first. Doesn't matter what you're doing. You don't have to call it a race, but you want to be that top dog. What could I bring back? That's a really good question. Maybe I don't understand the question. What would I bring back? What would I do the same again? Is that what you're saying? Or what would I, one
From the
thing that I
first
would
time
do better?
Like now we have groups, now we have podcasting, something to keep it original. I mean, of course, the directions don't go out until you hit the next checkpoint, so that's still blind.
Right.
They did change the amount of time that you can come in now. The restrictions on coming in. I mean, and then they also extended it. I mean, they extended the time to now you can still finish, or if you have an accident, you come off the route, you can go back and finish and still get credit for it, or just
yeah, as long as you follow.
And that may be more administrative.
Well, here it is. As long as you follow the rules, right? And someone can stay back at the finish line. Now, you're getting older. I'm getting older. People are getting retired, right? So they can stay out there longer, and to greet riders coming in, like in 24, for instance. Beth could stay out there for 30 days, right? And but after that, you know, the budget was gone. So, you know, she had to get home. And there's riders as well that, wait a minute, you know, I've only ridden 7,000 miles and I've already blown my budget. You know, I've got to go home. So, and then that's kind of how it works, you know, with the finish line when, you know, John Levens, he'll come riding in and he'll take over. You know what I mean? Spend some time at the finish line, greeting the riders coming in. You know, he might only do it for a few days, but you know,
Right.
at least he's pitching in and getting her done. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I've always been asked what would I want to see? The one thing that I would like to see, and you know, I don't want to see new riders riding in groups, and I really don't want to do that. I don't want to see that, and the reason I don't want to see that is there's only one rider following the directions, you know, and then the story, it doesn't change. It becomes the leader's story, and then you don't have your own story to tell, you know. And riding by yourself, you don't really experience, or excuse me, riding in a group, the experience of KSolo, like you say, you know, you definitely see spirits. You know, if you've got somebody nattering in your ear, you know, you want to go left and he wants to go right, and you know, it doesn't matter who's correct, right? Somebody 50%, you got a 50% chance of getting it right. So, but being able to see that spirit, as you said, or being moved by a thought, you know, like, you're not going to see that if you're in a group. You're always going to be listening. There's no quiet time to reflect and continue on, you know. And you know, maybe someone's going to make you quit, you know, because they're, you know, their feelings are stronger about, you know, wanting everybody to go right instead of left. You know what I'm saying? So being able to ride your ride, I think, as a newcomer, is very important. And after you've done that, ridden your ride, you become a better rider, and you become more compassionate. You're able to help people better, you know, with a little bit more understanding. The things that you went through for 10 days or 14 days by yourself, like day and night, 20 hours a day, 21 hours a day, 18 hours a day, you know, falling asleep in the middle of the afternoon and waking up and actually not knowing what direction that you came from, you know. And if you got somebody telling you, oh, don't worry about it, come with me. Well, where's your experience now, Doc? You know, or you got somebody else's story to tell, or nobody wants to hear what you haven't done. You know what I'm saying? You know, people want to hear what you have done. You know, you know. So that's why I think it's important for new riders. They are so hyped up. You know, well, hey, we're still hyped up and we're going on 5, you know, or 4 or 6, right? And still hyped up. Junie's still hyped up doing, oh my goodness, she's got 10, you know, ribbons on her chest.
10
there.
rides, man.
Yeah.
10 rides.
So, you know, and still hyped up. It's amazing, you know. Yeah. So if you've got a story to tell and you deep down, you feel that story, you know, after that, you know, come back for your second year, you know, ride with 10 people, you know, and you're still going to learn something because you learned that much more the first time you rode it. Right. And you're going to see what the other riders learned, you know what I'm saying? So Yeah, your eyes are just huge, huge after your first ride. If you've done it by yourself, and and you've experienced getting lost, you've experienced wanting to get up at 3 and not getting up till 6 because there wasn't somebody there to wake you up. And you took the time to take a picture or a small video of the scenery, because you as soon as you come over a crest, it's a scene. It's just beautiful coming over that crest. It's always pretty. So I know to get my camera ready when I'm going up a hill and I'm getting into that crest, I'm going to see something. I know it. So then there it is. You got a story to tell.
I tell everybody, take plenty of pictures. Take plenty of pictures, because some of it you won't even remember.
Yeah, and and if you're worried about, well, I'm going to get lost because these guys are going to leave me because I want to take a picture, right? Well, so be it. And the whole thing about the Hoka Hey is to be able to see how other people in the country are actually living, and being able to go cross country and keep your wits about you and still be able to navigate. And and this is where all the big names come in. The big names, KSolo, like yourself. There's so many out there. And those big names, they just keep riding. They come back year after year, and the miles, they rack up into the hundreds of thousands of miles on these motorcycles. And oh my goodness, and I can't just say men, because oh my goodness, there's women that have got hundreds of thousands of miles under their belts, and we're seeing more and more of them coming out to take the challenge. Hey, there's Ruby right there.
And I'm definitely going to give her a shout out to my big sis, Ruby Thundercat, riding number 1041. It's unfortunate what happened with her. She caught COVID right at the very beginning of it, and just much love for my sister.
Casey and I, we rode with Ruby for about 4 or 5 days. We stopped, we had dinner a couple of times and lunch. And when we got back on our bikes, we went our separate ways. Or, someone had to go to the washroom, or no, you guys go ahead, or Ruby, you go ahead. Or she's, I'm going to take off. Okay, well, we'll see you out there. Be safe. And, she was riding her own ride. And that was pretty awesome. We came across each other, hard to say, 6, 7 times, in like 4 or 5 days. I even saw her bike on the side of the road there one day, and she was out of fuel when there's another picture in this roundup where there was 4 of us. We had stopped and we got something to eat after that. She had gotten gas and walked up to a farmhouse, and they gave her some fuel, and back on the road she went. Yeah. It was very unfortunate for Ruby. I must say, she was so close to the finish line. Really, really a great person. She was so much fun to talk to. KC, my friend KC Aston, he took a shine to Ruby. He thought, she was just down to earth and a great sense of humor. Oh yeah, it was good to get to know her for a few days.
Yeah, good deal.
Yeah.
Well, Jimmy, we want to thank you for coming on the show tonight, man. The audience have enjoyed hearing your story. They say you gave a lot of wisdom. Just Jimmy's story and the wisdom drop. Scuba Steve, man.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure.
Indeed. Yeah. I want to thank you. I want to personally thank you for coming on. And I have to do this, sir, because you knocked it out of the park tonight, without a doubt. Producer, can we get one?
Thank you. Thank you, Doc. Thank you, KSolo. Hey, you know, I'd like to see some more veterans out on your podcast. Just
Yeah.
just to see what they've got to say. And
Yep.
there's some big name riders out there, and I know you know them. It sure would be fun to listen to their stories as well.
Hear their stories
know,
and hear their perspective on it
yeah.
all. Indeed, and we want to invite any rider, past, present, future, that would like to come on the show. We have, as a matter of fact, we got lined up for our next Hoka Hey Talk for February the 5th. We got rider number 1126 Lucas Blackford, rider number 1127 Hollywood, and we got rider 1128 Rob Cornwell.
Those boys have been out there. They've got a story to tell.
Yep. So we're gonna bring the three of them on. So we gotta have a three panel, three hitter. Man, they rode together, Doc. So we're gonna have them on. So
I'm gonna have to
Jimmy,
watch that
thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming on. We greatly appreciate you sharing your journey, educating future riders for the ride of the 2026.
Thank you for
Hoka
the
Hey
invitation,
Motorcycle
KSolo.
Challenge.
That's right. We enjoy having you tonight.
All right.
It was nice to meet you, Doc.
Have a good night.
Okay. Good night.
Doc.
Hey man.
You know what? Y'all costing me my bandwidth, man. I'm out. I'm out of bandwidth. I'm done. My season's over already. I'm done podcasting for the year already.
That credit card is boy.
Credit card. Man. We want to thank Jimmy coming on and sharing his amazing journeys and his stories and just education, man. His perspective on the Hoka Hey definitely nailed it out of the park, man. Doc, but before we get up out of here, once again, shout out to my sister Thundercat.
That's right.
We love you, TK. We definitely going to get you on the show. I know Kim Henry is going to work that, make that happen, but we want to get Thundercat on. So reach out to her, wish her blessings, send her blessings and everything, because we all love her and we miss her. So TK, you're not forgotten. You are not forgotten. You are still loved.
Still loved. You are awesome and amazing.
Yeah, you are. So Doc, go ahead, Doc.
I was just gonna say another shiro, my shiro. That's all.
Okay.
That's all.
Good deal. Well, Doc, I always like to give you a little bit of that credit, man, before we get up out of here. Did we got some Kofa here? We ain't got it in there, Doc. It's not loaded, Doc. It's not loaded. Okay. No. We don't do that, Doc. We don't do that. You know what I'm saying? We support Ryan. 100% support.
That's right.
Just give me a second right here. Let me get this thing loaded up in here, and I want you to talk about it and invite people, because we want you to have a successful event down there. And ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna make this happen.
Okay.
Hold what you got. Hold what you got. Bring it on. Bring it on.
Just gonna say, hey, I am. There we go. There's the gala. Hey, everybody. I have a charity. This is my 15th year of my foundation, Sankofa Achievement Center. Sankofa meaning you don't know where you're going unless you know where you came from. And so I instilled that into my children that I've been teaching for over 16 years, giving back into the community, bringing my military experience. I served overseas, so I came home and continued to serve. And so this charity gala weekend that I do in Nashville, March the 12th through the 14th, I've been doing it for years. But this is a weekend of charity, education, and promoting youth so we can inspire them to be the best that they can be. So I warrant you to hit the Eventbrite on my page, the SAC Riders page. You can find the information. Hit my page up. We got guest speakers, we got catering, live entertainment, but most importantly, we're going to see 18 teenagers at a group home and give them some donations and some wisdom and some spirits, and thank you, KSolo. Thank you.
Oh, Doc, I support you 110% because I will be in the house supporting.
That's right.
You got to see my guys,
We're gonna be
Gorilla Blue too.
And Gorilla Blue is our guest speaker. He'll be there. I want Gorilla Blue to really talk about censorship. They censor us in education and our books that we want our children to read and learn about. And so Gorilla Blue has a history and he has his own experience. on and off the motorcycle set. And I want him to come and talk about his experience, his life journey to these teenage boys. And I just think it's going to be a great experience for them. And so shout out to Gorilla Blue. Matter of fact, I'll be going live with Gorilla Blue Saturday to chat about it. So thanks again.
Good deal. Sounds great. Also, folks, just to let everybody know that was planning to go to the event that I was going to be at this weekend, the Carolina Full Throttle Bike Show has been canceled due to inclement weather. So I know Lincoln waited to the last moment to pull the plug on it. It was going to be a great event. It's always a great event, but he'll be holding another event. I think it's going to be at the Outer Banks, Harley Davidson. I think that's where it's at. He do another car and bike show there. So that event is canceled for this weekend. I know some people hit me up and say, hey, Solo, will you still be there? And I had to respond back to, hey, just waiting for the call. And we did get the call right before we came on the show tonight. So the Carolina Full Throttle Bike Show in Greensboro, North Carolina has been canceled. But also, folks, we do have the new merch that's going to be with us. So we're going to have some new merch, some new stickers and stuff like that for the podcast. Get ready. Make sure that you're going to be there at the Iron Elite event. And before I get off this horn, I have to give a shout out to Revolution Cigars, man. Revolution Cigars come out with that legendary stick, man. Be legendary. So we're going to have some wherever I go. We're going to make sure we have some. People have been ordering. People have been ordering boxes. People have been ordering packs. We got them. Hit up T-Rock, Terrence T-Rock Dickinson. He is the distributor for this stick, and we would definitely encourage you to pick one up. And they're at a good price point. They're at a good price point, because I like to always say, man, as bikers, we don't have all that money in the world because we live a biker lifestyle. So we got to get them a good price point. So listen, Doc, we're going to get ready to get up out of here. Thank everybody for joining us tonight.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, everyone.
You know my motto, always aspire to inspire, be legendary. All right, Doc.
Good night, everybody.
The vibes, inspired by KSolo the Rider. If you haven't tapped into the podcast yet, you're missing out. Go check it out, catch a vibe, and get inspired. If you're already tuned in, keep that energy flowing and that podcast on lock. This your girl Most Wanted. I'm out.
Yo, it's your girl A Boogie. Big shout out to KSolo the Rider, holding it down with the Writing with KSolo podcast. If you love the open roads, good vibes, and real writer talk that hits home, this is where it's at. Keep it locked in, keep it rolling, and remember, like KSolo always says, be legendary.